Here tonight, Democratic Senator from Virginia and a member of the Armed Services Committee, Senator Tim Kaine. Senator, thank you for being here. I mean, Senator Tuberville is claiming that he has success. Why do you think he relented now?
Kaitlan, he relented because he was alone and isolated in the Senate. The Farmer in the Dell song ends with the lyric, "The cheese stands alone," and he was a cheese standing by himself. Democrats fought against him from day one. Republicans were unhappy, but enabled him for a while, but then they fought against him. And when the magnitude of this harm to our national security, patriotic officers and their families became so manifest that the American Legion went on board and said Senator Tuberville needed to drop this because they were hurting our military, he finally decided to bail out. He achieved precisely nothing other than hurting our military readiness and hurting military families.
There are still about 12 of, I believe it was total 451 senior level officers that had been on hold that are four-star nominees. He is not dropping his hold on those nominees, just 3 stars and below. Do you want Senator Schumer to schedule individual votes on them? Are Democrats talking about that tonight?
Kaitlan, we are. We have to do the defense bill that comes out of the conference, and we're working on a national security supplemental bill. But before we leave here for the holidays, we should just make everybody stay in until we get those 12 done. And Tommy can either make all his colleagues, chew up time before the holidays, or he can admit he's lost this battle and let the 12 go, just as he did with the hundreds that we approved today. We're going to get these done before we leave here.
Okay, so you think you will get them done. That is notable. I do want to ask you, Senator, about what we were just talking about a moment ago about this comment at a closed-door fundraiser tonight. President Biden said if Trump wasn't running, he said, quote, "I'm not sure I'd be running." His campaign was, a little caught off guard by that. One of his advisors said, "Yikes," as a response to that. What do you make of that comment?
I didn't hear it directly, but Trump is both Donald Trump, but Trumpism. Donald Trump has now taken over the Republican Party. They get on bended knee and do what he says. And I do think that for a Joe Biden who was in the Senate for decades before he became vice president and president, watching one of the two main political parties in the United States decide to throw aside all their values and principles and just bow in allegiance to this narcissistic, bigoted bully is very troubling to him. So, it may be about Trump, but I think it's more broadly about Trumpism. What Joe Biden wants to do, what I want to do, is turn a corner and make sure that small d Democrats beat autocrats. It's Democrats beat autocrats all over the globe now. That's what Russia-Ukraine is about. That's what so many of the struggles in the globe are about. We're coming up on our 250th anniversary as a nation in 2026, and we have to make sure that the United States embraces democracy and rejects autocracy. And I do think that's a motivator for Joe Biden. It's a motivator for me, and I think it is a motivator for American voters.
But if that's the fear, and right now in their polls, they're not magic balls telling us what's going to happen, do you think that Biden is the best candidate then to go against someone who poses a threat like what you just laid out there?
Kaitlan, I heard the earlier segment where you were talking about with your guests. It's not just about what the other side is doing that troubles you. It's also about what's being accomplished. And look, Joe Biden has got a record to run on. Dramatically low unemployment, dramatically accelerated job growth, growing salaries in the middle class. He's got a lot to run on. And I'm running on those things too. I'm on the ballot next year. And everywhere I go in Virginia, I am pitching results that Joe Biden and a Democratic Congress has managed to achieve under tough circumstances. And so, look, Joe Biden is running for president, and I am running with him. And I am pitching the results that we are achieving. I've been in many races where the polls might not have been completely pleasant at some point along the way. But if you do the work and you listen to people and you produce results, I usually count on the American voters to get it right, and I think they're going to get it right in 2024.
Senator Tim Kaine, thank you.
Absolutely.
Up next.